says, look, even cow dung was used to some value. It can be used as fertilizer. It can be even used as puja. Go Brahman ko kar lavo gobar tarna jai, which we read in Sri Asa Ji Diwar. Even cow dung is valuable, but human face is absolutely worthless. If the waste of this human is absolutely worthless like the human body itself, then why is this human being so ankari, so prideful of their mind, of their intellect, of this body, of this beauty of this body? The value of this human life, pyaryo, hire jaisa janam hai, is to connect with that Akalpur. But if you completely lose it, it is absolutely worthless. If we are going to go sit in the sanctuary of saints, Sant Mila, kichh suniya kahiya, go and ask a question, earn a question. But recognizing that saint is very difficult. In a crowd of 10,000 people, you will find one Jagyasu. Main fir dohra diyan benti. In a crowd of 10,000 Jagyasus now, not 10,000 normal people. In a crowd of 10,000 Jagyasus coming together, people that are fully detached from the world, that have this deep desire inside of their heart, inside of them. When 10,000 of them gather, you will find one sadhu. Jine sadhana kiti hai. Let me repeat that again. 10,000 Jagyasuan di kath vich thanu ek sadhu labbega. You will find one sadhu. A sadhu is somebody who's done the sadhana, who's cleansed their mind. Somebody who's worked, not just having the desire and working towards it, but somebody that is reaching that stage. And pyaryo, jithe 10,000 sadhuan di ginti hove, where you find 10,000 sadhus, not 10,000 normal people, not 10,000 jigyasus, but 10,000 sadhus. You're looking upon millions of crowds now. Very rare. Verle ke you'll find these people. In a crowd of 10,000 sadhus, you'll find one sant. Jina saas gras na visare. Har nama manamant. Out of these people, tan se soi nanaka, puran soi sant. That person is a perfect and pure saint who not in one morsel of food. In each and every breath that's going in and out, wherever they see Brahm dise Brahm suniye. They see Brahm, they hear Sant. Their life pyaryo vidwana ne Sant pad de arth geet ne pad shed karke. Sassa meaning simran ate seva. Jithe seva te simran di had aa jave. The absolute limit of seva and simran. The absolute limit of tyag. There's no going back after that. Pyaro ek hunda ya gada vairag, ek hunda sher da vairag. Gada vairag of a donkey is when you go into Sangat, you feel a little bit of experience and you walk out and then you do Nindya Chugli just as much. Sometimes even more than before. When you feel this high, what you say, this camp high, many of us speak about. What we call the smagam blues. You go, you experience something, you go home, but it's not with you anymore. Because you've washed yourself of this filth, and now you put more and more filth on top of your body. You don't detach yourself from the same actions you were doing before, from the same things you were looking through, the same things that you're putting in your ears. Pyaryo, the point of the Sangat is come in, become the form of that Sangat. And Pyaryo, when you take the Charantudi of the Sadh Sangat, that Charantudi will change your entire life, change your words, change your thinking to such a way that you become a form of those sadhus as well. When you spend time with those sadhus, Pyaryo, you want to spend time with those? This is a trick taught to us in business class. If somebody wants to become a millionaire, they can't spend time with just a millionaire. They have to spend time with a billionaire. Then maybe they'll become a millionaire. Think about that for a second. If somebody wants to become a billionaire, they can't just spend time and learn from a billionaire. They have to spend time with a trillionaire. Then they may become a billionaire. Pyaryo, je asal de vich tusi guru di prapti karni hai na, don't just spend time with those that play tabla, those that wear a dastar, and those that come to the Gurdwara once a week. No, that is not the Sangat that you are trying to go after. What is the sadhu and the Sangat? Not of those that just sit down and put doubt inside of your mind. Those people that cut logic with logic. Do you want to just live on the level of logic your entire life? No. You have to go to those, spend time with those. That logic means nothing to them. Pyareo, what do they need to prove? They are the living form of the ocean. Pyareo, a fish needs to try to search through the ocean. But somebody that becomes the form of the ocean, why does the ocean need to explain how big it is? Pyareo, the words with what we read, मैं मछली कैसे अंत लहा? तू दरियाओ दाना बीना, मैं मछली कैसे अंत लहा? I'm a fish. I do not know the value of you. Pyareo, we must spend time with those that have become the form of Akal Purkh. That is the sadhu and the sangat that we are yearning for. And देखो, very rare you'll find them. You have to search them. But सच्ची गल ये है प्यारियो, साधु कई बारी अपनी जिंदगी विच कई तरह कई तौर तरीकिਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਸਾਡੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ. If you have a true desire inside of your heart, प्यारियो, कोई आन मलावे मेरा प्रीतम प्यारा on तिस पे आप विच आई दर्शन हर देखण कहता ही. I want to see the darshan of the vision of my Guru, but will somebody come and please meet me? When? कोई आन मलावे आज. I want somebody to come and meet me with my Guru, not later but right now. Pyareo, many times we say, I want to meet the Guru Sangat. I want to meet my Guru. But when will I do it? I'll do it later. I'll do it maybe tonight. We put everything off till later. Many times we'll say, let me just spend time with my friends. Let me just watch this last episode. We'll do my Rada Sahib later. Even my Guru Nanak Dev Ji at the age of 7 years old, they're crying out in the middle of the night. And they said, this morning I was saying that I will never forget Akal Purkh. And now look at me tonight. I'm already forgetting. I'm longing. I'm searching for my Akal Purkh beloved. The words that I said this morning was Akhan Jima Misnare Mar Jao. And now look at me. I'm turning my face away from that as well. Pyareo, Sant Milak ki suniya kahiye. When you sit in the Sangat of saints, you want to recognize कि वो Sant एहो जा. What is the value of that Sant, प्यारियो? जिथे ससे पद दा सिमरन ते सेवा दा हद आ, तत्ता त्याग दा हद आ, उथे वदवाना ने आख्या कि जिथे अद्धा नन्ना रखया, the half nanna that's put on top in the form of a dippi, the thing that holds the seva and simran and the tyag together, the thing that pushes it all down is the sense of nimarta. The path of the saints is from this nimarta. Pani challa nivarnu. This water is always going down. Just like water is valuable, even in the form when it's hot. Je pyare us sant de जीवन ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੋਸ ਵੀ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ, ਬੀਰ ਰਸ ਵੀ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ, ਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਦਾ ਭਲਾ ਕਰਦਾ. ਜੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਧੂ, ਜੇ ਉਹ ਪੂਰਨ ਸੰਤ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਉਂਦਾ, ਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਸੰਸਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਠੰਡਾਪਣ, ਸ਼ਾਂਤੀ ਫੈਲਾਦਾ. That sadhu, that full saint will always go and spread the greatness. It'll always be going towards the ground. Pyare, we want to become the form of that. This is what we need to search for. Sit in the Sangat and ask a question. If you have a doubt, to relieve your doubt, that is the only way to ask a question. And if you ask it with the true intention, Pyare, the reality is, मेरे ज़िंदगी विच भी वापरिया, कईयां दी ज़िंदगी विच वापरिया. You may have a doubt. Next time you come and the Guru reads that hukamnama, that muhavak will relieve all of your doubts. Pyaro, kai vari Gursikha andar Satguru varte na, jyon bulave te Nanak Das bola. Just like somebody might be sitting on stage and they're doing a vichar, sometimes that is the answer to many of your questions. Sometimes you come into the Guru's darbar, whatever shabad and whatever pankti is being read by the Ragi Singh or Kirtani Singh, that will be the answer to many of your questions. Kai vari pyareo, ਆਪਾਂ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ ਲੈ ਵੀ ਲੈਨੇ ਆ ਨਾ, ਸਾਧੂਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸਵਾਲਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਵਾਬ ਵੀ ਲੈ ਲੈਨੇ ਆ. We sit with great Gursikhs, Abhyasi Gursikhs, and we ask the question. Sometimes we're not happy with the answer because it doesn't go according to our mind. Therefore we doubt it. With everything we put a doubt on top of it. So then somebody like me, they might take a second hukamnama. Somebody might like me, they might go and ask another Gursikh and say, let's go see. Just like a child says, my mom said no, but let me go ask my dad. And when the dad said yes, there we go, he's good to go. In the same way, we always try to find a way out. But that childlike mind of ours is always looking for an escape. Pyareo, mera ek dost, he takes one hukamnama. Hukamnama Sache Paatshah to liya. Sache Paatshah ji ne akhya, ਉਹਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਸਵਾਲ ਸੀ, that should I do this? His option number 1 or option number 2? Look, many times we justify things in many different ways and we put tark on everything. We even have questioned the Guru ourselves. Should I do this in my life or should I do this in my life? I asked many sadhus. They told me something completely different. I went to the elders. I asked Abhyasi Gursikhs. They told me something completely different. They ignored me. Now let me ask my Guru, because I hear that my Guru works through Gurbani. So I heard. I took a hukamnama, but my Guru didn't even answer my question. And Pyareo, when he took that second hukamnama, the second hukamnama said, कि जदों तेनों पहली बारी मैं समझाता तेनों समझ नहीं लगदी. The first time you explain, oh you fool, you do not understand, you're a foolish mind, just like a donkey turns away from the master, it has to be beaten, kut kut man kasvatti lave, again and again, तेनों पहली बारी समझ नहीं लगदी. Oh Gursikh ne pehle hukamname te gaya. When he realized, Pyareo, he says 3 years later, 3 saal baad, he said, if I went according to my mat, if I went according to my mat, then I would have suffered with option 1 and I would have suffered with option 2. But what my Guru was saying, don't do option 1 or option 2, go with what I'm saying. Pyareo, many times with our Western tarkwadi thinking, I'm using the term Western purposely. Reason being because one of my friends who was working in human resources, he's saying that I need to hire somebody, but not just anybody, somebody with a degree of university. It doesn't matter what degree. This benti is not from Gurbani, but this is to help explain that. Tarkavadi, so doubtful thinking of how we justify things and how we ask questions in the wrong way. Baba Borna kya kahi hai? Jaise Ram Naam Rav revolving our entire vichar around that line. He says, I need to hire somebody. They could be a degree in the medical field, it could be in accounting, it could be in engineering. It is completely irrelevant to me. It could even be in arts. I ask why? Why in anything? They say because this job position requires critical thinking. It requires critical, doubtful thinking. And somebody with a degree in these 4 years of university, that's all they're taught, is critical thinking. To write an essay in grade 9 or year 9, what you guys call it. Essay was written by myself. What is your view? Take one stance on this. And I say, there's a little bit of truth in this and there's a little bit of truth in this. My teacher says, no, you need to take one stance. Even though there is truth on that and there is truth in this, you need to take one stance and argue even though you may agree with it or you don't agree with it. Even though it is the truth or it isn't the truth, the way that philosophies work, the way that critical thinking will work, if you take one stance and you prove your argument with different things. Sometimes we do this even with the Guru, but Bekho Pyareo, Mere Guru Nanak Dev Ji ne jadon shabd akhya, at the beginning they're not written with, je aapa Gurbani di shaili wal vi takiye na, they're not written with subjects. My Guru never says this is the rag of death, and here's a shabd about death. Let me explain death to you. No. Pehle ਸ਼ਬਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਆਖਿਆ ਜਾਊਗਾ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਨਮਤ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਆਪਣੇ ਕਰਮ ਨਾ ਕਰ. Don't do your actions according to your own intellect. The second line they'll say, fall at the sadhu on the sangat, fall at their sharan. And the third line will say, meet the true Guru and enshrine the true Naam inside of your heart. And in the third line they'll say, Guru Nanak Dev Ji is now falling at the feet of the Guru, and the Guru has liberated them, they become the form of the Guru. Vikho, what subject would you say that is? There's completely not one single subject following through the entire prakaran, because Satya Paatshah is taking you on this journey. With your intellect, you're saying, what is my Guru trying to tell me here? But my Guru is trying to tell you something completely something else. When we listen to Gurbani Pyareo, you need to go and completely listen with pure Shraddha, with no basis going towards your Guru. So many times we go and learn, and we go with a thinking of ours. We even may go to listen to a vichar, and we say, this is what I think, let me agree. Let me see if this person is saying things that I agree with or not. This is the reality of how the world thinks today. Khas karke, growing up in a Western society, growing up in the youth of today, many times we challenge different things. But pyareo, जिन्ना चਿਰ सही शरधा दे नाल आपां गुरु दे दर ते जाके गुरबाणी अंदर वसाउंदे नहीं, उन्ना चिकर ਉਹ गुरु ਦੀ ਪਾਰਸ ਕਲਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਰਤੇਗੀ। ਵੇਖੋ ਸੰਸਕ੍ਰਿਤ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਹੈ। ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਦਵਾਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੰਸਕ੍ਰਿਤ ਪੜ੍ਹੀ ਹੈ, they say that prasad in the root form does not mean blessing, it means standing up and from standing to sitting down. But then, just like in many different ways, through language, it came to mean blessing. Prasad, Gur Prasad. And the question is asked, then how can Prasad go from standing to sitting down, that meaning, to meaning blessing? But the reality is, the Guru's blessings are always shining. Maya Kalpur itte utte kat 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 kat. Tu hi mohina. Gure dikhaya lohina. Tat niranjan jyotsbai sohan pedana koi jiyo. Maya Kalpur never stops doing the blessing. Maya Kalpur's light never stops shining through everybody. Has the sun ever been scared of darkness? Has the sun ever needed to fear the presence of darkness? The sun never sends a message to darkness that says you have 2 hours to leave. No, the sun appears and darkness is destroyed immediately. The reality is, Jinnah Chekar, we take our own mind and we stand up as a wall, blocking that Guru's Paraskala, blocking that Guru's Shabad, the Guru's Mahavak, the Guru's sound. This give Kuda Tutta Pal. The wall of falsehood is always standing up. As soon as it falls at the Guru's feet, as soon as that is removed, and the Guru's blessing shines straight through that. That's what it means, Gur Prasad, through the Guru's blessings. Man ki mat tyago harjan. Iha baat kathani. Anandin har har naam tyavo. This is what you need. Gur Satgur ki mat lani. You need to take the Guru's understanding and day and night contemplate Akal Purukh's name. But the very first thing that you have to do is you have to renounce this intellect of yours. When you go to the Guru with the understanding of your own, then we can't learn. Kai vari aunda hai, just like an example, koi tabla sikhna aunda na, koi ja kirtan sikhna aunda hai. Pelya somebody may have been practicing, they may have been watching videos and learning, but the ustad will want to take them all the way to the beginnings. Vikho, somebody can read Gurbani, they can read Punjabi. They go to Santhya class and the ustad will say, no, we're not going to start from Punjabi. We're going to start from the very root, the very basic. We're going to start from Moharni. We're going to start from Uda Ada, from the very beginning, even though you do know it. Because upon har ek cheez di shuddhata karni. We're going to start, and each thing we're going to break down. And we're going to make it pure. Make sure that every word that you say is recited purely. The tabla ustad will say, I know that you know how to play 8 beats, Kerwa, Dadra, Teen Tal. I know that you know how to play it, but no, let's take a step back and let's focus on each and every shuddhata, the purity of how your fingers play from the very beginning. Those Kirtan ustad will say that I know that you can sing many different tunes on the Vajja, but no, let's take it a step back and let's go back to Saregama. But the child, jada chanchal hai na, or fickle mind of ours, cannot wait. Therefore, somebody like myself, will they go into the Santhya class, they go into the Tabla class or Rag class. They'll say that this teacher doesn't even teach me anything. He just takes me back to him. For 4 months we've been doing Saregama. We think this. We go into Santhya class, I've been doing Uda Ada for the last 3 months. but we are not able to understand. We go with a certain thinking. The Ustad will say, completely forget what you came into this class with. You may have heard this. The Ustad, let me repeat that again. Ustad ek avega, that whatever you came to this class with, whatever thinking that you came to this class with, if you truly want to learn from me, you want to take me on as your teacher, you want to take me on as your Ustad, no. Leave all your previous understanding out. We're going to learn from the very beginning. It's great that you have some experience, but no. Let's start from the very beginning. Pyaro ji apan guru de e raste te vi turna pe apan e sare shabad. We read it sometimes on a daily basis, a monthly basis. Sare no e shabad kante ha pehla maran kabool jeevan ki shad aas ho sabna ki ren ka ta aao hamare paas. If you want to come to me, these are the words of your guru, who is your isht, who is your beloved, who is your greatest Ustad, sabte vadda Satguru Nanak, jinkal rakhi meri. Pyare, we have many Ustads. We have many gurus. Your mother and father is a guru. Your tabla teacher is your guru. All of these are your guru, your Vidya guru. But out of all of those gurus, there is sabte vadda Satguru Nanak. That is the greatest, highest guru. Jinkal rakhi muri, that takes care of you and liberates you in this dark age. Pyare, मैं फिर उठे विचार वापस ले आवा. Sant mila kich suniya kahiya. How do you do vicharan? What intention do you actually go to that saint with? Kabir ji akhde ne to their students that the people that came in here, they did not come here to actually learn. They came here to doubt. Je main ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਈ ਵੀ ਜਾਵਾਂ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੱਲੇ ਕੱਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੈਣਾ ਸੀ. Even though if I would try to teach them something, they would actually just take that and they would doubt me back with it. How many times do we do this, Pyareo? We go to the Guru teaches us something that we say, no Guru, you do not know something, let me tell you something. Let me tell you how your Maryada is. Many times we doubt the Guru's Maryadas. We even ask, what is the purpose of Maryada? Pyareo, eithe tak vi sunno aaya ya, that we can do whatever we want in our life. We don't even need to recite Naam. We don't need to follow the Guru's path. We can even be bad people. So many people say they limit it to this, but be good people. But Pyareo, how much such yaar, good yaar? Who is the one to tell you that you are truthful? Because through your own ignorance, you're giving your justification that I am pure. There's a person, one of the greatest gangsters in the city of New York, who in the early 90s, the greatest shootout that happened, firefight that happened in the city of New York, was between this one gangster and the entire police force of New York at that time. He was a person that killed thousands of policemen, shot them in the head at point blank range just because they pulled him over to see that your tail light is not working. To help him in the middle of the night, he's standing in the middle of his apartment. All snipers around different buildings. There are gunshots being fired. There are helicopters being landed, and the SWAT team, the army, is called in to take out this one man who's killed thousands and thousands of policemen. And in his last breath, he's writing on a piece of paper and says, the people are saying that I'm a great criminal, but may they know that this heart that they're trying to shoot, it is so compassionate that it wouldn't even hurt a fly. But this is a person that the policeman pulled him over to say that your tail light is not working, so I don't want you to get into an accident. I'm here to save your life. He pulled out a gun and shot him in the point blank range, right in the head. Killed thousands of policemen. Vekho Pyareo, a criminal, an aparadhi, oh hamesha apne aap nu kavega ki main sacha haan. Somebody that's living in darkness, they will always say that main sacha haan, because who is teaching them? Vekho Pyareo, 5 प्रकार ਦੇ ਕਲੇਸ਼ ਦੱਸੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ. 5 प्रकार ਦੇ ਕਲੇਸ਼: ਅਸਮਿਤਾ, ਅਵਿਦਿਆ, ਅਸਮਿਤਾ, ਰਾਗ, ਦਵੇਸ਼, ਅਭਿਨਿਵੇਸ਼. The 5 types of kalesh. Very first one, thinking that the 5 forms of chaos. What brings chaos in your life? You thinking that you are different than God. Thinking that you and God are different entities. That is the first type of chaos. The pain of separation. Dukh vichoda. The second type is asmita, thinking that your true form, Atma, and your Buddhi are one. मैं फिर दोहरा दिया, ये सोचना कि आत्मा ते बुद्धि एक ने एक दूसरे प्रकार दा क्लेश है. Thinking that little voice inside of your mind, that little intellect of yours, your thinking, your logic, thinking that is who you truly are. Pero that is not who you truly are. You are the Chetan Sroop, Chitta andar sabko. That Akal Purkh, that Chetan Sroop is working inside of everybody. Your mind knows your hand. Your mind knows your words. But there's something that your mind doesn't know, that your mind knows that. Because मैं फिर दोहरा दिया, एक वो चेतन स्वरूप है जिहड़ी थोड़ी बुद्धि नूं जानदा पर थोड़ी बुद्धि उस चीज नूं नहीं जानदी. Let me repeat that in a simpler term as well. For the third time, your mind knows the knower. Sorry, the knower knows your mind, but your mind does not know the knower. That knower is who you are. You exist because the knower, but your entire ignorance, your entire being exists only because you only see one way. You are not able to see backwards of the knower that knows you. Just like a child sitting at the back of the classroom. They can see everybody in front. The person sitting at the front of the classroom, they can only see what's in front of them. But we only see what's in front of us. We only think this way. Bahar to le, supar pulai, we only see outwards. But that pyaryo, that Chetan Swarup, Chitta andar sabko. We are all living inside of that Chetan Swarup Paramatma that knows all of us. That is why, pyaryo, Hamari Bedan har prab jane mere man antar ki peer. Mere man prem lagu har teer. Even my Paramatma knows those thoughts, those pains inside of us before we even speak them. Even the ardas that we do, when bolya sab kish janda, before we even speak them, my Akal Purkh knows them. Pyareo, ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਵੇਖੋ, ਚਿੱਤਰ ਗੁਪਤ ਜਬ ਲਿਖਾ ਮੰਗੈ, ਕੌਣ ਪੜਦਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਢੱਕ ਹੈ? Who is going to cover your faults when you're conscious and your subconscious? Even all of them, they know every single thought behind you because ਚਿੱਤਰ ਅੰਦਰ ਸਭ ਕੋ ਵੇਖ ਨਦਰੀ ਹੇਠ ਚਲਾਇੰਦਾ. That Paramatma of mind is behind your mind, that is knowing your mind, but your mind does not know that Paramatma. ਮੈਂ ਗੱਲ ਉੱਥੇ ਫੇਰ ਲੈ ਆਵਾਂ. This is why we bring collation to our lives. When we go into the sadhana sangat, we are not able to recognize, and through our own intellect, we call ourselves sache. But that does not mean that we are truly truthful. Because nobody will ever consider their own faults in that way. They'll always be able to bring criticism to somebody else. Somebody to listen to criticism from somebody else, they either have to take a rock, put it on their heart, and say that yes, I've made a mistake. But the reality of the world is that with the sankar, the world will not walk that way. मैं फिर उठे विचार ले आवा. वेखो प्यारियो, संत मिला किश सुनिया कही है, मेरा असंत मस्त कर रही है. When you are in the sanctuary and when you are in the sangat of those that are speaking through dvash, those that are speaking through doubt, those that are thinking with ignorance, pyaryo, there is no purpose of even speaking. Mila asant mast kar rahi hai, pyaryo. Where does anger come from inside of us? When we have an expectation, when you expect something, sometimes we sit with somebody that just will not get it. A child will go to school. The mother said that go to school, when you come home, I will make pizza for you. Just like an example that we may understand. Very simplistic example. The child is hearing this from the mother, that when you come home from school, that you will get pizza. The child goes to school eating his lunch, but the entire day all he's thinking of is this pizza or these sweets that he's going to get. He returns home. The mother says, I did not get time. So here, have this prashada. Just like a child does not want to eat prashada, he doesn't want to eat dal roti. The child says, that where is my pizza? Example, he wants sweets. Manu kenda meri mithai kithe hai? The next day, the mother says that today you will receive this dal roti. You will not receive any sweets or any pizzas or delicacies. The child goes to school expecting that. He returns home, he receives just that. The third day, the mother says, I'm not able to make anything for you. You must make your own dinner tonight. The child is thinking throughout the entire day, how will I make my own dinner? The child comes home and the mother makes dal prashada. And he's full of happiness. But the situation What actually happened was the same throughout all 3 days. Dekho. The first day the child ate, came home and ate dal prashad, the second day and the third day. But the child expectations, what the child was trying to go after, that the desire of the child is what led that child astray. Pero jinnat chir, we have this desire, this lobe, this pyas, manamuk moy jin duji pyasa. Until this manamuk has this duji pyas inside of their mind, they will always be wavering up and down inside of this entire world of theirs. Pero just like numbers don't end, desires of this world don't end. If you chase bar to leso parampula, you will not actually obtain the truth. So when you're going into the sadhu and the sangat, you need to be going with the true pyasa. When you're going into the Guru's darbar, pyareo, you need to go with that true pyas. Ab hum chali thakur pe har, jab hum sharan prabhu ki aaye raag prabhu pava mar. You can kill me, you can destroy me, you can protect me. That is not, I'm not coming to your sanctuary for protection. Nahin pyareo, we are coming here just with that sanctuary, just for that love. You can destroy me, you can kill me. Pyareo ਵੇਖੋ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਇੱਥੇ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਉਦਾਹਰਣ ਦੇ ਦੇਵਾਂ. There was a time Guru Gobind Singh Ji ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ, ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰ ਉੱਥੇ ਗੱਲ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਨੀ, ਬਾਬਾ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਹੈ. When the Guru speaks, then all our doubts are dispelled. What desire do we go to our Guru with? That desire, that intention is what makes up what we receive from the Guru. ਜਦੋਂ Guru Sikhs ਨੇ shahadat ਪਾਈ, when they became shaheed in the middle of the battlefield, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha walks through that battlefield, picks up one Gursikh, puts their head inside of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Sache Pacha's lap. Imagine that, Sharda Pyaro. Take your minds to that place where you have just fought for the love of your Guru, have received many wounds on top of your body, are now being buried in between the rest of these bodies in the middle of the battlefield. You're pulled out from amongst all of these bodies, these dead bodies, and the person holding on to you is your Guru Gobind Singh Ji, and your head is in the lap of your beloved Guru. Your Guru is smiling, loving back to you and saying, "Oh my beloved, I am very pleased with you. Ask for whatever you wish." Your Guru says, whatever you wish for, whatever you ask for, you will receive. And Pyaro, this Gursikh, this Singh that is about to be shaheed, breathing their last breath, knowing that he will not survive, is saying, "Oh my Guru, the thing that I've been desiring my entire life, I've received from coming into your sharan. I'm about to leave my breath while in your lap. What else can I ask for? I've received everything. Guru Mekdek, Guru Sukhapayo, all pains of mine have been gone, and I received all blessings." The next thing Guru says is that no hukam kita, you must ask for something. And Pyare, what does that Gursikh ask for? That Gursikh said, "Oh my Guru, oh my beloved, oh my King, I have received everything from your sharan. I do not even know pain." Many people, Pyare, they even say that coming into this world, the cycle of birth and death, that is the biggest pain. That is the greatest pain. But Pyare, that Gursikh says, "Guru, if I have you, even that is not painful for me anymore." That Gursikh says, many people want liberation. Many people want to be free from all of this. But that Pyara Gursikh, breathing the last breath, says, "Oh my Guru, mere te ek bakshish kar, may I be born again. May I be born in a Gursikh family. May I go through all of these pains. May I grow as a Gursikh, and may I fight for you and become shaheed for you again. Because this shahadat of mine, every wound of my body, I do not feel it as pain. I feel your Guru Shabad resonating through each and every cell of my body. The slashes, the wounds on my body is not a wound. No, these are blessings from my Guru Nanak that are embracing me every single moment of my last breath." He says that, "Oh my beloved Guru Gobind Singh Ji, when I die now, I leave my body, may I be born in a Gursikh's family, because Pyareo, doing your seva, there's no other blessing beyond that. This Gursikh says, may I be born in a Gursikh family. When I die in the next life again, then may I be born again and die for you again. Then may I be born again, then may I die for you again. Pyareo, that Gursikh says, until the end of time, until you keep this creation, Jinnah char thoda Khalsa hai, may I keep serving your Khalsa Panth. That is the beauty. That is what we call true love. That is the intention we do seva with. Pyareo, jithe seva ya, sirf santushti vechi jadon seva kart hoye nahi kami tisko hot prapat swami. When you do seva with true santushti, only then do you experience the true ras, the naam, and you can truly contemplate Akal Purkh. Pyareo, before that, we do not actually know how are we reciting. We do not know. We still recite the Guru's naam. We eat every day. We sleep every day. But Pyareo, every day do not forget to bring that Guru's love inside of your heart, inside of your mind either. The reality is, when these Guru Sikhs are saying, every day I am going after this love of my Guru, inside of that Santushti, I've lost all my desires. Now day and night I meditate and contemplate you. Pyareo, we read this every morning. Sev kiti santokhi, ini sacho sach te aaya. Through the Santushti sach aya, jithe sevaya, jithe dayaya, othe seva hundi hai, this seva de vichon daya di utpatti hundi. Wherever there is daya, that's where true seva is. That's where true compassion, that's where true seva is. Because true compassion means that you are truly content. You do not desire anything. When there is seva, that's where compassion is born, and where there is contentment, where there's complete santushti, there's complete the sense of desirelessness. That is what gives birth to Simran. Because until you are not completely content, you're still desiring something, Pyareo, until then your mind will be wavering. Until there's lobe inside of your heart. Kabhu jira up jada tha, gabu jaye pale lobi jira thir na rehta chare kunda pale. Your mind will always be wavering left, right and center. You need to be going into the sanctuary of saints with this true intention, Pyareo. Sant malak ch suniya kahiye. Ask questions and your doubts will be removed if you ask and you come with a true intention. If you come with a doubtful intention, if you come with your own logic, Pyareo, you will walk away with just that. Baba bolna kya kahiye? If we are to speak, Bhagat Kabir ji aakde ne jadon ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਇਹ ਜੇ ਅਸ਼ੁਭ ਬਚਨ ਬੋਲੇ, Bhagat Kabir ji stayed quiet. They're asking, oh Kabir ji, what should we say? If you're supposed to say quiet inside of the sangat of those that are completely living in ignorance, that are just coming in and trying to put doubt and slander inside of your ears. You say, Jaise Ram Naam Rav Rahiya Vikho. Jithon aapa vichar shuru kiti si, you say a word, who are you to somebody else? You say sweet words, somebody will say that you are a very sweet person. You say words full of anger, somebody will say you are a very angry person. You make a joke, 100 people laugh, somebody will say that you are a joke, you're a comedian. What you are to somebody else, or is your word, Pyareo? What is your influence? How do you reach out to somebody else? That is your word. And how does the Guru reach out to you? That is through the Guru's word as well. If you take it in, if you recite it on your tongue, if you take it in through your ears, if you accept it, you break it down back past your madam. Vekho, even japa sankhep roop vich arth kariye na. I'm not going into the vistar of this. Jithe unhone eh vichar ਕੀਤੀ ਆ ਭਗਤਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਉਲਟੀ ਗੰਗ ਵਹਾਈ ਹੈ. Just like the rivers of the Ganga flow one way, the way back to God is when the world flows one way, but you are flowing the exact opposite way. The rivers start flowing the opposite way. Sound comes from your body, comes out, but when you take the sound completely back inside, the way the sound comes and the completely back in towards the root of that sound, Pyareo, you will go to the form, the origin of not just only sound, but the origin of this entire world as well. Khair Pyareo, that is a different subject. Jaise Ram Naam Rav Rahiya, speak words only that will take them back through your breath, through your sounds, where you experience through every interaction, every word that you speak, may you always be remembering and experiencing that bliss of that Paramatma. So don't ever utter a harsh word. Never utter a harsh word. Never hurt somebody. Never throw out doubt. Never put something else out to bring somebody else down or to make yourself rise up, to make yourself look good, pyareo. Always live in that bliss of Paramatma. Santan se bola upakari. When you sit in the sangat of saints, that there is a faida. You're going to learn something out of it. Murak se bola chakmari. When you sit in the sangat of those that are living in ignorance, pyareo. Even Bhai Gurdas ji says, ਆਪ ਜੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਮਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਕੰਠ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ ਹਉ ਤਿਸ ਕੋਲ ਕਮਾਇਆ ਪਰ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਸੁਣ ਆਪ ਹਟਾਵੇ that I sacrifice myself, I bow down to that person, I love that person whom removes themselves from the environments which there is slander, where there is irka, where there's negative words are being spoken. You do not gain anything out of that environment. So why would you be going and bringing that filth inside of your ears? Pyareo, many things we hear, many songs we hear. Pyareo, mere mohan sravani ehna sunaye saak de geet naad tun gavat bolat bol ajay. The songs will be sung. Even their words are false, pyareo. If you attach to the false, your entire form becomes the false. If you attach yourself to the words of truth, if you attach yourself and you recite the words of truth, then you become the form of truth as well. But sitting in the company of those, there's absolutely nothing to gain. Bolat bade bekara. Sometimes if you engage in that type of conversation, where there is full of irka, where there's anger, even though you may consider yourself to be a very calm person, when you sit inside of their sangat, even vakaras will grow inside of you. The more you speak in their sangat, they will not understand something, you will get irritated. They will speak out of anger, and you will follow and ignite that flame of anger inside of you. It is best to avoid and stay quiet. Stay completely quiet there. ਵੇਖੋ ਪਿਆਰਿਓ ਮੈਂ ਫਿਰ ਉਦਾਹਰਨ ਉੱਥੇ ਦੇ ਦਵਾਂ ਭਗਤ ਕਬੀਰ ਜੀ stayed completely quiet. They say ਬੋਲਤ ਬੜੇ ਬੇਕਾਰਾ ਬਣ ਬੋਲੇ ਕਿਆ ਕਰੇ ਬਿਚਾਰਾ. What can the person do without reciting anything? Because we need to speak in this world. Kabir shusha kat bola, just like a pot that is full of water, it does not make lots of noise. But the one that is completely empty, that pot will make lots of noise. The reality is, pyareo, the person that is experiencing that anand, what do they have to do with doubt? Doubt means absolutely nothing to them. This doubts and the slanders of the world, they cannot affect that person. The wavering of the world will not affect that person. The person will stay steadfast. The person will always remain in their bliss, whether somebody understands the ocean or not. Two people may fight over how deep the ocean is. One person says that my ancestors say this is how deep the ocean is. The other person says that my studies and my scientific research say. The other person says my logic says this is how deep the ocean is. The one person says, if I dive into the ocean and I explain to you how deep the ocean is, will you believe me? They say if you go all in. But the reality is the people that are arguing, they're speaking. They're like forms of salt. And when this form of salt, 1 cube of salt, dives into the ocean, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. There's no need for it to come out anymore because it becomes the form of the ocean. And once somebody becomes the form of the ocean, there's absolutely no word left. There's absolutely no thought left. There's absolutely no reason to explain left. Just their interactions, just the way they speak, just the way they live. Just sitting in their sangat, you will always experience that they are full of this amrit as well, that is filling their pot, that it is filling their panda. Kabir shusha kat bole parya hoye sukabhun dola. They will never waver in this world. No matter what comes at their way, somebody can come to you and they will say that there is no such thing as the sun. But pyare, if you have not truly seen the sun for your own eyes, maybe you will go into a doubt. You have heard things that the sun exists, but if you're living in this room, in your entire life, you've only heard of the sun. You've never seen the sun yourself. But somebody goes to one of you that has been living and seeing the sun. They step outside of this room. They experience the sun. Somebody goes to them and says, there's no such thing as God. There's no such thing as the sun. And the person will say, why are you living yourself in doubt? Just look up, the sun is right there in front of you. There's somebody that is living the form, and that Naam of Akal Purkh is resonating throughout each and every cell, each and every breath, each and every vision that they see. How can somebody explain to them that the Guru Shabad is something entirely different? How can somebody explain to them and pull them back into the world? The reality is, Bhakta ta sansariyan jod kade na aya. The people of this world, Bhakta ki chal narali. The people that walk the path of the world, they walk in an entirely different direction. The people that walk the path of this world, they walk the path through their intellect, through their logic. But when somebody starts walking this path through experience, through anand, through bliss, through the Guru's blessings, through their paras kala, they become the form of the Guru. And that path, somebody walking the other way, they may not even understand, may not even want to walk or turn away that direction. That's why when you do Sangat, spend time with those who you think you can never even become like, where your doubts are removed and you experience bliss. Because the reality is, when you spend time in that Sangat, that rang, that bliss will entirely. And to see Shabad Pyare Manu Pata, I've heard recordings of this Gurdwara, you guys singing the Shabad. Pyare Saad Sangat ke asre, Prabh Syong, Rangalai, you will fall into that rang. And the person that gets imbued in that rang of that Saad Sangat, the reality is, they become the form of that rang as well. That rang never, lal rangatis ko laga, ne lage daga, mela kade na ho bhai. That color of rust, the color of that true bliss, never ever will get stained. But the reality is, once you become the form of the Guru, there's no pulling you back into that world or putting you in doubt anymore. So I've made many mistakes. If I've said anything wrong, if I've hurt anybody's heart, please forgive me. You are the Guru Roop Sangat. Par meri ek benti hai, never let go of doing Sangat and chasing after the dust of those sadhus. And never ever come into and question the Guru with a doubt. Instead, fall at the feet of the Guru, and the Guru is the person that will remove your doubts. So pyare sari Sangat inniyan bentiyan pravan karniyan. Gaj ki fateh bulao ji. Vaheguru ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.